Welcome to Average Joe's Gym's Home Projects, where we do projects and maintenance at home that even an average Joe can accomplish. In today's episode, we're going to repaint my RV gate, which has been neglected for several years, and the paint is worn off and it's starting to rust. If you're interested in how my gate was fabricated, check out A Modern Maker on YouTube and look up RV Gate. This repaint was a several-step process, and there's plenty of mistakes along the way. Hopefully you enjoy. Let's do it. As you can see, the paint has worn off, and I've got several rust spots in the gate itself. I probably should have repainted this thing 3 years ago, but I've just been lazy and because I knew it was going to be a major job. All you do-it-yourselfers out there, go ahead and put your hand up if you've put off a job because you knew it was going to be a lot of work and didn't want to commit to that kind of effort. Here's the back of the gate. As I said before, it's pretty bad. First things first, I got to move these rat ladders. Extra fence slats. To make some room so I can clean the gate off with my pressure washer. Here's some good old-fashioned music to help drown out the pressure washer noise. The next step I chose in this project was to take some wire brushes, which I bought some attachments for my power drill, as you can see here. I'm basically trying just to get as much rust as I can off the metal surface of the gate. The rust is so extensive on my gate that I wasn't able to get it all with this wire brush attachment. I'm going to have to come back later with some sandpaper or some trusty sandpaper covered sponges, which I like to use as well. This particular section was extensively bad, so I got out the old sandpaper and did some karate training. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, any tools or materials used in this project can be found with Amazon affiliate links in the description. Once you've gotten as much rust off as possible, or until you just get sick and tired of sanding the stinking gate, give it a wipe down with a nice clean rag to remove any of the dust. See that dot right there? Yeah, I made a huge mistake. That's what happens when you get lazy and you don't use a funnel to pour your primer into your paint sprayer reservoir. Use a piece of paper like this, taped down so that you don't ruin your cement and leave marks on it. Or you can use some Amazon boxes that you'll see right there that you flattened from your million Amazon deliveries that have happened over the last week. Let's get this primer going on this gate. Enjoy a little music while we wait. Alright, I finally finished the front and back main prime job, but I left the top because it's a little more intricate, and I went ahead and used a spray paint primer. Same stuff, Rust-Oleum primer, fast drying, any angle spray, just so I could get in there at some of those curvy pieces on the top. Don't forget to pick up some paint sprayer cleaner too if you're using a paint sprayer like me. I don't think I have to tell you what happens to your sprayer if you don't clean it out right away once you're done. It rained the day after I primed, so I gave it a couple of days before I went ahead and moved on with the project. Let's head outside now and see if the gate is dry enough for us to go ahead and start painting. Good morning, Max. How's our gate looking today? Looks pretty good. Let's give it a feel and see how dry it is. Well, the back feels pretty good. Let's check out the front. So, one of the problems that I had with this project was the back was pretty dry. It gets a lot of sun. It's facing south, so it gets the most sun throughout the day, while the front's on the north side and doesn't get quite as much. You'll see later what happens if you paint on top of primer that isn't quite as dry as you'd like it to be. Here's the paint I decided to use. It's oil-based Rust-Oleum high-performance enamel paint. I don't know if I needed to, but I decided to shake it up and make sure it stirred. Alright, I learned from last time and I got everything set up here. I've even got some paper towels just in case. But one of the main issues I had here was I was too lazy again to get a funnel. To my own defense, it had been a few days. It had been several days. It had rained and yeah, anyway.
Are you stupid or something?
So I kind of knew I was spilling, but I didn't really realize how much I had spilled. A big part of me wanted to do this. But if I've learned anything over the years of doing home projects is you just gotta stay calm and roll with the punches. Another great trick is if you just cover up the mess with a paper towel, you can kind of pretend it's not there and then you just don't get as mad and you feel better. There's not much else you can do other than just move on and get this job done because you still got to do it. Don't forget to run a quick test spray on something that you don't care about to get the pattern right and make sure everything's operating correctly. Alright, let's get to the painting part, which is actually pretty satisfying to watch. Enjoy. Remember in the intro how I told you guys there was a lot of problems I had with this project? Here's one right here. It was just too much spray. I sprayed too much paint in one spot. And then this other section here, it's actually a large portion of the front of the gate. The paint just didn't stick to the primer. And I think what it was it rained, and that side of the gate doesn't get enough sun, and it just never completely dried, and it held on to some of the moisture from that storm. So what I did was I scraped off those sections that were all wrinkled like that, and then I threw some sandpaper over the top of it, and I'm just going to repaint over it afterwards. But I'm not going to use my sprayer. It's a lot of work just to do a few sections, so I went ahead and used just a regular paintbrush and the paint can. Alright, it's a long video, okay? So this is how it looked when I was all done. You can see there's a little bit of a texture on the front, but I don't mind it. It looks pretty good. I think that's just because of the paint sprayer and the way that the paint went on because of the moisture level. You'll see the back looks really good too. There's a picture. So here it is, my custom RV gate repainted after years of neglect. If you enjoyed this project, please check out our other projects on Average Joe's Gym's home projects. And please like and subscribe for future projects.